Hey there, it's Nicole Mason. Wanted to pop in to talk to you about the Show Up Great Leadership Summit. So, I had an interesting encounter with the Lord last night, and He wanted me to share with you this experience I had earlier this year at the Power Shift Women's Conference that was held at Georgetown University. I attended one of the sessions on women in leadership, and the gentleman who was leading the class, yes, the gentleman who was leading the class, he had all of the participants write down 5 examples of leaders in their lives. And there were about 40 to 50 women in this particular session. It was very interesting because the majority of the people did not include themselves as leaders. Of course, you know I wasn't one of them, right? Put my grandmother. Yes, my grandmother was a leader, although you don't know her name, never met her. And that is the power of leadership. And so it was interesting to me that the majority of the people did not put themselves down as leaders, although they were at a women's leadership event. The gentleman who was leading the class, he said one recommendation that they give is for women to post pictures of women who they consider as examples in their spaces because it's, of course, doing something to your consciousness. Now, that was interesting to me. This is why they have pictures of the leaders in all of the federal agencies, because it's doing something to the psyche, if you will. But then I had a conversation with a young woman this morning at my church, and I asked her if she was coming to my leadership summit, and she said, well, I'm not and before she could get it out, I finished her sentence. I said, but you are. Leadership has to do with your state of mind. And what's interesting is she is a part of one of our ministries. She is in a leadership position. And I thought about it and I said, how many other people have viewed the videos and have excluded themselves because they don't think that they're leaders? And so I wanted to come in and just talk to you briefly to let you know that leadership is not about your position and your title. Leadership is about the amount of influence that you have. And influence can be as small as one other person to thousands of people. So don't be lost on the fact about a title, and certainly don't be lost on on how many followers you have on social media. Absolutely not. To determine and decide on whether you are a leader. No, leaders are born and leaders are created. And you want to be in the room at this leadership summit. Perhaps if you have some questions about whether you are a leader or not, this is the space for you to engage. You can find your next mentor in that room. You can find your next coach in that room. You want to be at the Show Up Great Leadership Summit. So go to the website, showupgreat.com, and register today.